What's going on, guys? Chillisfm here, taking a look at Torracat in the Love Cup. So Torracat was one of the few Pokemon that did get added for the Love Cup this time around. Initially, it was banned for the first day and a half. I was actually really frustrated because I wanted to play it on the very first day, but it was banned. But Niantic did get it figured out. They got it added in, and look how good this cat looks in the Go Battle League. Like, it's such a good designed Pokemon. I was really excited to use it. It does have Ember as its fast move, so not the best fire type move, but also not the worst move in the game. Flame Charge is one of the charge moves, and Crunch as its other one. So even though it's not a dark type like its evolution of Incineroar, it does still have some dark coverage with Crunch, which is really nice. It does come into play. It can be helpful against things like Slowbro if you get aligned against them. So we're gonna jump on into some of these battles. If you're excited for today's battles, you know what to do. Hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Let's get it going. So we're up against a double charm team. I am running a double fire team, though it's a little bit of an unconventional double fire team. I mean, Magmortar has the fighting type fast move, so that's going to be resisted by the fairy types, but it does still get to the fire punches very quickly. And of course, it has the hard hitting Thunderbolt from Community Day. I actually need to put a little Community Day, or not Community Day, legacy move marking on that Thunderbolt. I will add that in right here, but they're going to go ahead and get to a charge move. We're just going to be building up, trying to get to the Thunderbolt here. We're risking it for the biscuit, as Psionic likes to say, and we're going for the Thunderbolt to make sure that we can do as much damage to this Sylveon as possible. Sylveon does survive, but hey, we got 2 shots off the Sylveon and most of its health we're able to farm down with Medicham, and we have this Psychic ready to go for this Magcargo, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Always feels good to be able to win against those double charm teams. All right, let's jump into battle number 2. We're gonna have Medicham up against an Ariados, so not the worst lead, but also not the best lead. And we do have 2 fire types. I switch into Magmortar, thinking that they would see the fire type icon and immediately swap, but they do stay in, which is smart because if they are double resisting the karate chops that Magmortar is throwing. So they're gonna hit me with a lunge. I guess they thought I was going to shield there, or maybe they just wanted to drop my attack. I'm not really sure. But we can just go for the fire punch here against the Medicham. See if I can maybe make it to 3 fire punches. I was thinking I could, so I go for another fire punch here instead of going for the Thunderbolt, which of course would be doing more damage. But you're going to see I'm going to go down just as I was getting the energy for the next fire punch. So a little unfortunate, but we still put their Medicham into psychic range, so it's not the worst case scenario. We can go ahead and eat this move right here. It is going to be a power-up punch bait, so no big deal. We're going to be building up, and I'm like, maybe I can just go for the power-up punch. If I shield once, maybe we can just farm down. So I think that is what I do right here. Now, you might notice my Medicham is still under-leveled, so I don't ever try to win CMPs with this Medicham. I always know I'm going to lose. I'm just going to lose the mirror in general. But we go for the power-up punch. They swap back out into Ariados, and now we can bring in our Torracat. So of course, we're going to be resisting all the bug type moves, and they go for the lunge again. It's resisted. It still does quite a bit of damage. Torracat, definitely not the most bulky Pokemon, but at this point, I can shield and just commit to the farm down. I'll have quite a bit of energy on Torracat. Torracat's going to put in some work in this video. So we're going to be able to farm down completely. We have almost back-to-back crunch. Well, I'd say crunch and a half, but we can go ahead and throw one. This will be plenty to take out the Medicham if they do not shield. They let it go. They're coming in with a Magcargo. So we're going to be resisting their Incinerates. They're resisting our Embers, or double resisting the Embers. But we can go for the Crunch. We'll go for it on CMP, or as close as I could get. Let's see if they also threw their energy. No, they did not. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out into my Medicham. I didn't want them to be able to build up to 5 Incinerates, and they're running Heat Wave instead of Overheat. What in the world? I guess they don't like debuffing themselves with the overheat, but Heat Wave's definitely not near as good of a move, so that kind of works out for me. However, if they farm me down, it's still GG's, and I'm going to be honest here. I thought that they were out of shields, and I stopped tapping there, and I'm like, oh man, they're still alive, so I tap one more time. Counter takes them out. That's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. Let's move into the next one, up against an Electrode lead. This is a good lead for Medicham. Not a great lead, but a good lead, so we'll take it. We're going to be building up and going to let them throw first. They did not build up to the Hyper Beam. We can easily eat a Discharge, and now I can just go for the Psychic. Now, I think if you have a fully powered up one, you can just go straight Power Up Punch through this thing, but I wasn't sure with my Medicham if I could, so I go for the Psychic. They don't shield. It takes them out, and they're coming in with Talonflame. We get a bunch of lag, but we're going to come in with Torracat, and let's see, do they want to throw the Brave Bird here or not? I go ahead and shield because it makes sense for them to Brave Bird and dip. but they do bait me with the flame charge, which is definitely unfortunate. Still, I'm going to reach the crunch before they make it to another one, and they do swap out into Scrafty. They were trying to catch the crunch, it looked like. So, I mean, great counting by them. If they know the counts, I don't know how they would know the counts unless they just know Ember gets so much energy and crunches that much energy. I'd be very impressed. All right, so they're going to be throwing Power Up Punch. We are, of course, taking neutral here, and I let them farm me down because I wanted to be able to get a little bit of farm on my Mag Mortar. They should not make it to a charge move. Yeah, so we're going to get just a small bit of energy lead right there. Didn't make sense for me to take them out and give the Talonflame more farm on my Torracat, and now I'm just going to be throwing these fire punches because they have to use their shields at some point, right? This Talonflame is already at half health. They got to use their shields. I can just throw the fire punches. Now, if they want to take me out, they have to throw the Brave Bird, which would be dropping their defense, and they would have no way of clearing it. So I call it. It was the flame charge, and now we're going for another fire punch. This should be getting their second shield, but they do call it. And now I'm going to bring in Medicham. Just go for the power punch. Let's ramp up our attack. We should be able to close out this end game with Medicham at this point. So power punch coming through. They're also going to be throwing their energy with the flame charge, but we do have a shield, so we can easily shield it up. And I think they're one Incinerate away from the next one, maybe two. Either way, we just farm them down, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, jumping into the next one, Medicham up against Medicham. So like I said, my Medicham not fully leveled up. We're not going to even try to win this matchup. We're just going to go for the sneak here instead of going for CMP, but we do get denied. Unfortunately, I have not been able to sneak moves very consistently lately, or not even consistently, just like very often at all recently. And then they make this really nice catch onto Clefable, but at least I was throwing Psychic and not baiting with Power Up Punch. And now we can come in with Torracat and just commit to the farm down. We are resisting these charms. It might not look like it, but we are resisting them. The Embers are doing slightly more than the charms. And we have a flame charge ready to go for this Medicham. Even if they show this, it will be ramping up my Ember attack. So they do let it go through, puts them into the yellow. And look at this damage that we are doing. They're going to be throwing energy right here, but look at this. It's only going to be a power up punch, which we easily survive. And we make it to the crunch. So Torracat going to be able to grab a shield while maintaining switch as well and doing a lot of damage to that Medicham. So Torracat, honestly, against certain teams can put in some serious work. All right, so we're going to come back in with our own Medicham, just going for the power up punch at this point. If they think it's an ice punch, maybe they throw up a shield, but there was no reason for me to try to get to psychic. And then they're going to be swapping out, and look at this. It's another charmer. Big surprise. I don't know, like, why are so many people running double charm in the season of Spice? I don't know. I guess people just get bored with their bat. I mean, this is the second time we've had Love Cup in like a month, so I don't really blame anyone. Play what you want to play, but we're going to be able to get off the shield with the fire punch bait. Now we can go for the Thunderbolt. Wigglytuff is taking neutral from our Karate Chops, so just a few more Karate Chops. We're able to farm down. Can we take out this Medicham? We're almost at the fire punch, and it's a simultaneous KO. So GG's. Well played to my opponent. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Y'all might have to rewind it. But whenever they did bring out the Wigglytuff, I tried to swap instantly into my Mag Mortar, and the game just wouldn't let me out. If I would have been able to get out there, I would have been able to win because I would have had still a little bit of health on my Medicham. So a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not too worried about taking losses for dumb stuff right now. I just really hope that Niantic's fixing the game, right? Isn't that what everyone's hoping for this season? So anyways, up against another Medicham here. We know we're going to lose this. Just going to go for the power punch again. Baiting like it's ice punch. Maybe we grab a shield, but no. They do call it. Great call from my opponent. Honestly, they could probably just farm me down without even throwing their own power punch, but they do throw theirs. So that's a little bit nice for me, I guess. But we're going to go for our own right here. And maybe get a shield again. I mean, people know they don't got to shield that. Medicham's too bulky. They're not worried about that. Now, I don't want to take all these counters on my Torracat. I'm going to actually come in with Mag Mortar to start getting ahead on energy. I can easily eat a power up punch here. Mag Mortar, I think, is slightly more bulky than Torracat. Surprisingly, Mag Mortar definitely not bulky. But I think it is slightly more bulky than Torracat. And now they're going to be coming out with a Lickitung, which is very surprising. They are taking super effective from the Karate Chops, but it's non-stab, and Karate Chop is not a very hard-hitting move in general, so it's not doing too much. We go for the Thunderbolt. They do shield it up, which is very interesting. So they might be weak to fire types in the back. We're going to go ahead and let this go and put it all on Torracat. Banking a fire punch right there, barely able to hold on. Torracat is coming in to put in work. All right, so we're gonna have to shield up everything right here, but then we can get to the flame charge and start ramping up that ember damage. And if it's something like an Ariados in the back, it's going to get shredded. So here comes the the flame charge. We're able to farm down what's in the back. It's actually going to be a Galarian Slowbro, so very interesting. I go for the crunch here. For some reason, I was thinking I was going to be able to make it to 2 moves with Torracat. No way I'm making it there. I should have gone for the flame charge, but we do get the defense drop, which is absolutely massive. Now they are easily in Fire Punch range. Magmortar coming in with the sliver of health. Fire Punch going off, and it takes out the Galarian Slowbro. That's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, jumping into the next battle, Medicham up against a Shadow Caesar. So very spicy, but something very good for this team to see. Now they're going to be coming out with a Slowbro, and I stay in for a while. I'm like, I don't really know what to do here. I have 2 fire types in the back. This is a water type. They're resisting all my fighting type moves. Even Psychic's resisted, but Psychic does a lot of damage. Honestly, bulky Slowbro, is it that bulky? I don't know. It's a weird matchup, right? You would think that Slowbro would just completely wall Medicham, but Medicham does put up a pretty good fight here. So now we're going to let the Psychic take us out. Again, coming in with Magmortar just to commit to the farm down here. They do reach a second charge move, so I will go ahead and throw up a shield. This would definitely KO my Magmortar, but we have quite a bit of energy on Magmortar, and that Caesar cannot come into this. So what are they going to be coming in with instead? It's going to be an Ariados, so ABA weak to fire. You love to see it. Here comes the first Fire Punch. It goes unshielded, does about 2/3 of their health, and here comes the next one. This one for sure will be grabbing a shield. And at this point, I think it was CMP, so we just let this go. Torracat is going to be able to easily clean up this backline, but are y'all ready for how quickly this Caesar gets melted? Look at that. 5 embers, basically it was 4 embers, but 5 embers take them out. 1 more to take out the Ariados, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. That trainer was not ready for the fury that is Torracat. All right, into the next one. Up against the shiny Magcargo. That's a shiny flex right there. They're going to be swapping out into Scolipede. I answer with the Torracat. We're, of course, hitting them for super effective. Oh my goodness, those embers do so much. You love to see it. We're going to go ahead and show up the potential Sludge Bomb right here. It is the Sludge Bomb, so they will not be able to make it to another one. We can just commit to the farm down Torracat, loaded with energy, going for the crunch against this Magcargo. Does it grab a shield? It does not. So that's all right, because we're going to easily reach another one right here. I was trying to throw close to CMP. I think I should have done 1 more Ember. I think I could have fit 1 more Ember in there, but that's all right. We grab the shield and we get the defense drop, which is just beautiful, because now I'm coming back in with my Medicham. Medicham very healthy. We can eat whatever they throw here. Likely is going to be the overheat, which will definitely hurt, but I'd like to save a shield for Magmortar. So we go ahead and eat it in the back. It is going to be an Ariados, but again, this is not the greatest matchup for Magmortar because we just get outpaced, and well, the cross poisons hurt. The lunges, I mean, they hurt, but they're not near as bad. And I guess they were expecting the shield there. I didn't shield, so we're able to get off the Fire Punch now. They eat it, and now I'm going for the next Fire Punch. Now, I guess they knew they had to eat one, knowing that I would likely get to a Psychic with Medicham, but they still have to show up that second one. They were building to the back-to-back cross poison. They definitely misplayed this battle, by the way. Like, I think they could have won this with this Ariados. They get the boost there, by the way. Like, I think they had potential to win this if they would have played it a little bit differently. But regardless, Medicham gets to the Psychic right here. This is going to be plenty to take out this Ariados, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played. Oh, a couple more counters, take out the shiny Magcargo. They just had to bring it out 1 more time just to flex on me, you know? All right, Medicham into Ariados. Again, not the greatest lead. We're going to be instantly swapping into Magmortar, and they're going to be answering with Alomomola. But this is the nice thing about Magmortar, excuse me. We have Thunderbolt, which will be hitting for a lot of super effective damage. Boom, it connects, and look at this. Non-Shadow Magmortar can actually make it to a Fire Punch afterwards, which should threaten the shield. I don't think it KOs, to be honest, but most people don't know this matchup, so they're going to throw up a shield. So we get a shield. Hey, that's pretty nice. So we're going to come back in with Medicham at this point, and I'm just going to put this all on Torracat, right? 2 shielded Torracat can mow through whatever's in back. I have faith in it. Let's see it. Let's eat this Hydro Pump. Let's commit to the farm down with Medicham. We will have a Psychic ready to go, which is really nice. I'm going to immediately throw it if they come in with the Ariados, which they do. And so I'm expecting their second shield. I'll have 2 shield advantage with Torracat. I'm feeling good about it, but they let it go through actually, which is really surprising for me. Torracat comes in for the snipe in the back. They have an Electrode and the opponent knows there is no hope against this Torracat. They top left. That's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, into the next one, up against a Crustal lead, so that's a good lead for Medicham. They're going to be swapping out into Ariados. We're going to be quick with the swap into Torracat. We know we don't want to go in Magmortar there, and they're going to be throwing their energy. Of course, they are actually throwing the right move here. The Cross Poison, and of course, they get the boost. Of course they do, right? Why wouldn't they? It's all right. We can still shield once, just commit to the farm down, but they get a second boost. All right, so luckily the poison stings don't do too much damage, so we are still able to farm down. But man, like, I should not have had to take that much damage on Torracat. That was not right. We still get the shield back with the flame charge. We get a little bit of extra ember damage. We can come back in with Medicham. Now this Crustal can't do a whole lot, and I'm just gonna warn y'all, I played the rest of this battle so poorly. I was expecting Scolipede in the back, so I instantly throw the Psychic when I see a bug type come in, but no, that's a trash Wormadam. The Psychic is resistant. We could have just come in with our Magmortar and probably one-shot with the Fire Punch. It is what it is. We still outpaced to the Fire Punch right here, and they decided to let it go through, so they're going to go ahead and let their Wormadam go, put it on Crustal. We're going to be able to reach a Fire Punch here, but I go for the Thunderbolt. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I warned y'all. I played this so poorly, but we're still going to be able to reach the Power Up Punch here with the Medicham. We are out of shields at this point, so hopefully they are not close to 2x Scissors. We're going to see right here. So the first one going to be coming through. This will not be enough to KO a Medicham. Yeah, Medicham holds on, and one more counter takes him out. So luckily, still able to hold on, take the win. But oh my goodness, like, hey, you know what? It's the season of Spice. We're just having fun, right? Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below. What do you think of Torracat? I think it has some play. It's a fun Spice pick. It's definitely not meta by any means. But I did have some positive sets with it. Like I had, I mean, I think I show them both right here. I had a 4-1 and then a 3-2. So back-to-back positive sets I was happy with. But hey, I'm going to end the video. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, this is Chillisfm reminding you to always keep pushing forward.